Life just hits differently after 40. You've got the typical family stress, your health starts changing, the work feels like it's never going to end. Your energy drops, you start becoming less patient, and you feel like you're spending most of your time just barely getting by. I know the feeling because I used to have these same problems. I'd constantly be getting into little arguments with my wife, and my kids would just so easily push my buttons. I was always feeling overwhelmed with life, and my energy just felt like it was constantly being drained. Fortunately though, this all changed when I found Stoicism. And thank God that it did, because life was pretty damn hard for me beforehand. My home got calmer, my health improved, and I'm finally able to not only handle life stressors, but continue to thrive in spite of them. So in this video, I'm going to share the 7 principles that have completely transformed my life over the past year. Let's dive in. Principle number 1, pause before you react. This one is huge, and it's probably the biggest game changer on this list. You know when those raw emotional moments hit, and you just can't help yourself but to react in a negative way? Or at least with a negative tone? It's like this sudden urge comes over you, and you just can't help yourself. You probably know what I'm talking about, especially if you're married and you have kids. These moments probably happen at least a few times a day. And the reason these moments are so critical is because they come so often, and how you respond to them compounds and can ultimately make or break your life. I don't want to sound too overly dramatic here, but it's true. And I do realize that that first reaction can feel almost automatic, but it doesn't have to control you. The Stoics call these first impressions. These are those immediate emotional reactions that show up before you even have a chance to think about what's going on. And if you want to improve, here's what you're going to do next time you feel triggered. You're going to take a pause, and you're going to think for at least a few seconds. And then you're going to decide how you actually want to respond. Ask yourself, what kind of man do I actually want to be here? When someone irritates you, that pause really matters a lot, because reacting on impulse just pours more fuel on the fire, and it pretty much never turns out in your favor. Epictetus, one of the big 3 Stoic philosophers, said this: "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." For me, this has been huge. Conversations with my wife actually move forward now, and when my kids push my buttons, it doesn't set me off like it used to. And these seemingly little wins have added up over time. My relationship with my wife and my kids is so much better now. Principle number 2, embrace everyday hardships. Seneca taught us that real growth comes from facing discomfort on purpose. And it's not just the huge heroic things you overcome, but the small everyday challenge that life throws at you. I'm talking about things like going for a run outside, even on days when the weather sucks, or getting through a workout when you absolutely do not feel like doing it. Leaning in and overcoming these challenges builds real resilience. When I'm having conflicting thoughts about how to handle these moments, I usually think to myself something like, awesome, this gives me an opportunity to become a more resilient person. I should be grateful. And then I proceed in the right direction. Now I know this sounds a little bit goofy, but it really does help. Epictetus referred to these moments as opportunities to prove your character. When you push through these challenging moments, you get that strong sense of satisfaction, and you feel like you're even more ready for whatever comes next. For me, it's changed everything, because those small daily challenges, they don't feel as much like annoyances anymore. Instead, they feel like great opportunities for me to grow. Principle number 3, focus on what you can control. Epictetus talked about something called the dichotomy of control. Focus on what's truly yours, your judgments, your effort, your attitude, and let go of everything else, especially other people's choices. Trying to control your family members, your coworkers, or how politicians act is a total waste of energy and will just lead to a lot of frustration. Instead, lock in on what you can control. Things like your daily habits, your diet, your workouts, and how you respond when you get triggered. I do give advice when it makes sense, but then I step back and I let people actually make their own decisions. For me, this principle has been a real game changer. I spend my energy on what matters and what is under my control. And it's made a world of difference in my life. Principle number 4, choose virtue over feelings. Stoicism teaches us about the 4 cardinal virtues: wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance. And that living in alignment with these virtues matters more than any passing thoughts or moods that you might be feeling. Before acting, ask yourself this question. Does this move me closer to the man I want to be or away from him? Because things like bad weather, exhaustion, rude people, being provoked by others, these are the real tests. I always try to run my choices through this filter. I do sometimes slip up, but that's okay. It's the standard that I set for myself that really matters. Senna actually said it quite well. When passion leads, you're enslaved. When reason leads, you're free. And when you look at it this way, everyday temptations stop being annoyances. Instead, they become opportunities to strengthen your character and become a better, more reliable version of yourself. Principle number 5, amor fati, love of one's fate. Amor fati means fully embracing whatever life puts in front of you. Not resisting it, not complaining about it, but working with it. The Stoic philosophy on how to approach life's challenges is to take a pause and reframe. Instead of labeling something as a disaster, see it as part of the natural order of things. Something that you can respond to rationally. Things like traffic jams, family tensions, work problems, they're not purely bad because they teach us lessons, or they might have hidden upsides, or at a minimum, they're opportunities to at least strengthen our character. For me, adopting this mindset helps me deal with some of the frustrations of life. Whatever shows up, I just try to stay calm and handle what's actually in front of me. Principle number 6, anticipate challenges ahead of time. The idea of this principle is to mentally walk through the challenges you're likely to face before the day even starts. Not to worry about them, but to prepare for them. Imagine the possibility of situations you're likely to encounter during your day. Things like moody family members, or holiday food temptations, or rude people, or that pull to skip your workout. Picture these scenarios and plan your moves so that when the challenge shows up, it doesn't feel so overwhelming, it just feels like what you expected. This slight but critical shift in mindset has been really important to my overall transformation in life. Principle number 7, daily reflection. Real growth happens when you're able to reflect on your day and steer yourself intentionally. Marcus Aurelius actually modeled this in Meditations. Start or end your day by reviewing your actions against your virtues. Ask yourself questions like what went well and what needs fixing. What did yesterday teach me about the man I want to be today? I actually do this first thing every morning when I write in my journal. I think about my wins and my stumbles, and I think about what I would do next time. And I remind myself of what's most important in my life, which for me is my health, and my family, and just the overall type of person I want to be. I just started doing this only a few months ago, and I can honestly say that it's already become one of the most important things I do in my life. Life after 40 comes with a lot of pressure. You've got family stuff, career stuff, health stuff, and that creeping feeling that time is just going by too fast. It can be tough to deal with, but these 7 Stoic principles can give you a direct path to finding real strength and purpose through this challenging phase of life. And you don't need some big crisis to act, or a big midlife overhaul, or perfect conditions. You just need to start small and get a little bit better every day. Measure your progress by the choices you make and the type of person you're becoming. I've lived this shift. It's not easy, but it's important. I can tell you this for sure, it's a pretty awesome way to live. Start practicing today. Pause to the next irritation, lean into the next hardship, and watch it compound into a better life for yourself. Just pick one principle and start small. Because better moments lead to better days, and better days lead to a better life. Thanks for watching this video, and please consider leaving a comment, because I would totally love to hear about your experiences as well. And if this video helped, please hit like and subscribe for more content like this.